Hey, what's up? Welcome back and it's the deal. What's the other thing? The mind has a lot of ideas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, we back in a new setting. The Dome of Thunder. New stomping grounds. Not the Thunderdome, but the Dome of Thunder. Y'all live at 5. It's the My Guys podcast with your boy PJ Alfred P. Wade 55 here with my guy.
Your boy Jay Willie 2 Lee at Extra One, as you see on Twitch. Tap in with your boy, man. Let's go.
Get at us on YouTube. Got the logo in the back. It's the My Guys podcast coming to you here, where we're going to talk fantasy football. We're going to talk NFL, what's trending, what's going on in the world. Honestly, what we feel like talking about that day. But primarily, we're here to talk sports, football, fantasy football in particular.
And what a crazy week one. Excellent games, excellent football. We got a lot to talk about, got a lot to let y'all know about. Pickups, who to be excited about, who to be nervous about.
Got game recaps coming up this week. Of course, we're going to update the Caddy's crew versus the Wave Riders. But kind of like what my cohort said here, let's give a round of applause to the opening NFL weekend. I mean, we couldn't have asked for more. I mean, opening day from the Dallas Cowboys into the Chargers on Friday night. And then they slate on Sunday and even Monday night. Like, every day, you got what you want.
Every game was amazing. Lots to talk about, lots to cover. I mean, a lot of guys disappointed, a lot of guys surprised, as you would expect from an NFL season. But yeah,
Shit, let's jump right into the news and notes from this week. Off top, one of the most devastating things to hear: George Kittle going down with the injury, going down on the IR, going to be out for at least 4 weeks at a minimum. So, no good there.
no good at all. I mean, on the same note, my favorite tight end, Tyler Warren, has showed up in week one. I mean, he led the team in targets. That's what you want to look for. Tight ends are,
Breakout players.
yeah.
And difference makers. That's that one-on-one position. You like to have that matchup there. It's good having that versatility for sure off the top. Else in trade news, Tanks Bigsby out of nowhere kind of traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I wouldn't say the trade itself was weird.
Yeah.
The destination and what you got in return, I thought was weird. So for one, going to the Eagles, granted Shipley got a little banged up, but you still got A.J. Dillon over there. You obviously got Saquon Barkley. Kind of weird to give up a 4th and a 5th round draft pick for Tanks Bigsby. Now, I don't know if that's why maybe we didn't see him as much and why Etienne, who we'll talk about later, was featured heavily more in the offense because, maybe he was waiting for their trade, so they didn't want to throw him out there just yet.
Well, I think a little bit of it is due to how much they do like Tutton or Tootin, the Jags also, and then with the Eagles. I mean, behind Saquon, they don't really have a lot of. I mean, you said A.J. Dillon and Shipley, but they don't really move the boat for me, honestly.
Yeah, and I guess if Shipley is banged up, Dillon isn't a receiving back, so maybe you bring in Bigsby for that 3rd down option because let's be real, Saquon is a 3-down back.
Yeah, for sure.
In other news, Jalen Carter will not be suspended for his two incident with his two spit incident on Dak Prescott from opening weekend. They felt that the one game that he served was more than enough, which I kind of feel entitled. That's fine. They fined him. I think I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, after watching it back, it seemed like maybe Carter thought Dak spit on him first, and then the whole interaction was weird. I don't even know why Carter was over there.
Why were you over there in the first place?
That was a huge impact for the game, and honestly, I feel like that was a big part why the game was so close.
Well, we'll talk about that because the rushing game from Dallas really was able to take advantage of that big-ass gap missing.
Sure.
Also, in other news, the Packers extended Christian Watson for $13 million, which is
Random.
kind of random and out of nowhere. But we shall see how that works out for the Packers.
Those receivers in a bit too.
Crazy wide receiver.
Other news: Jake Moody released by the Niners. They're tired of his shit. I mean, he didn't have the best season last year. I mean, he got injured, missed a couple field goals, but then he came out game one, missed a big time field goal for them.
Mm-hmm.
And 49ers was like, you know what, buddy? It's time for you to kick rocks. We're gonna work on finding somebody else to take your
Third
turn.
round pick, Jake Moody, by the way. I believe this is a third round pick.
His first year was pretty.
He was awesome. He was spectacular. Right?
I think he'll get another job in the NFL sooner or later.
I mean, he's a kicker. He's always gonna get a shot because you know what? Another kicker will fuck up. So, which we will foreshadowing. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Any other news?
I mean, there's definitely a little bit of news, but since we're about to get into this NFL breakdown, we'll dib and dabble and touch on news while we get into it.
Let's do it.
Well, before we actually get into the breakdown, sorry, I misspoke or misbuttoned right there. You know, I'm trying to get producer P going. We got to get into the most exciting segment of the week. What the people want to see, what the people want to know. The new segment, fantasy players that did you wrong and did you dirty. And they are going to be the players that...
Oh, I got it. Little like that. Give it to me, son.
Why you gotta do me like that? Now, these are players that we drafted with high expectations to be everyday starters, every week starters. You said it and you forget it. You're not worried about these players. You're not worried about it at all. You took these players in the first couple rounds of your draft. Some of them are anchors of your team. Right out the gates, we got Jamar Chase, less than 5 points. I mean, almost every top receiver this week drafted in the first round. First two rounds, thank you, with the exception of CeeDee Lamb,
Puka Nacua,
and Jettis from last night.
Jettis, yeah.
Barely got you 9
Barely got
points.
a touchdown.
Yeah, barely saved it. Basically, honestly, would save his night, or he'd have been on this list too. But you have players like Jamar Chase, Terry McLaurin, Nico Collins, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Devontae Adams, Mike Evans. You get those Jameer Gibbs in there if you want, and a couple other backs that just top end draft picks did you dirty this week.
Seemed like just the receivers just couldn't get it done. The top guys were getting shut down.
Week one woes for sure.
Maybe teams just decided that they're gonna take out teams number one receiver.
Yes. The one thing. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, the thing I've honestly thought that was weird, the games that I thought was going to be high scoring this week were not high scoring. And the games that I expected to be low scoring defensive battles were high scoring.
Jets and still
Foreshadowing. Man, it is. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, week one, it's early to get going. You had breakout players that did their thing that will not sustain that all year. No, I do not expect Jamar Chase to finish every game with less than 5 fantasy points. Same for T. Higgins and
Joe Burrow. Less than 10 points.
You know what I mean? The Bengals, which I'll talk about this a little bit later, had less than 10 yards in the second half. So that's crazy just when you think about that.
Is that assess to the Browns defense or more so with the Bengals offense?
I say a little bit of both. So, of course, that's a Battle of Ohio, so that game is a little bit tougher.
Division games are always a little different.
Yeah, a little bit different. But also making the
Oh, I got it.
would be A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. So neither one of those receivers. A.J. Brown caught one pass. Yeah, they got one. One pass in the entire game. In the fourth quarter, I believe,
And
too.
the crazy thing is, like, going into the season, this was an issue. This was the issue last season, to where A.J. Brown even had some media issues saying things about Jalen Hurts. They called out their little argument. Philly just has their way of doing things, and they're going to run the ball. They're going to let Jalen Hurts run the ball. And as long as they're winning, who can say anything about it?
I can hear it.
That's the crazy part. Remember we talked about this. It's
Indeed.
like, why would anything change? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And I was on the other side. You know what? With that being said, let's get it popping. We're going to get into the game recap.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys fall 20-24 to the defending champion, to the Philadelphia Eagles. And in this game, just like we said, it was all Jalen Hurts all day long, and there was nothing the Cowboys defense could do about it. I'm not going to say they was missing Micah Parsons, but he would have helped during the pursuit of Jalen Hurts with his 62 scrambling yards. So in that aspect, yes. But if we talk about what Jerry said, we got to improve the run defense. We got to stop the rush.
Yeah.
62 yards for Hurts, 60 yards for Saquon. They accomplished that. And if you also want to be real, the receivers from Philadelphia didn't do much. Jahan Dotson led the Philadelphia with 60 receiving yards. So not a lot from the offensive firepower, this game just happened to be timely scrambled by Jalen Hurts finishing in the end zone.
Yeah, but I mean, both quarterbacks threw for less than 200 yards.
0 touchdowns for that.
0 touchdowns. The surprising player was Javonte Williams.
Indeed.
He ended with 20 fantasy points, 15 carries, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. Would you say a part of that was Jalen Carter not being in there?
Absolutely. And even though he is not the number one nominee, he will definitely get a nod for Leroy Jenkins of the week. Now, I'm not saying you are the full-blown Leroy Jenkins, but to my co-host's point, if Dallas does win this game, it was because their rush game was effective. Now, they didn't go off and they didn't go crazy. Javonte didn't go for 100, but him and Sanders combined had over 100 rush yards. They were able to control the clock and get better field position. Dallas, honestly, not all the part blame, but lost this game due to 2 big drops by CeeDee Lamb. Arguably 3.
Yes.
But I'm just going to go 2 from the game that I watched.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb still had 110 yards receiving, 13 targets, 7 receptions. Could have easily been 10 receptions or 11
100%.
for over 150. I think CeeDee Lamb was going to bounce back from this. I mean, it was not his best game. I mean, if you don't have your best game, you still have 7 catches for 110. You're sitting pretty good. So
Yeah.
I think George Pickens was kind of a negative takeaway from this game as well. Is that he had 4 targets, 3 receptions for 30 yards. Not much, but I think going forward against much softer defenses than the Eagles, the Cowboys will find a way to get Pickens more involved.
I agree. Jake Ferguson was definitely involved as well. 5 for 23. Not a whole lot. You expecting the touchdown for him in the end zone or that red zone position for him to pay off. But all in all, Cowboys offense looked pretty good. Rushing game looked better than anticipated, but we'll see how it plays out.
We'll see how it plays out, yes, sir.
I will do it back as well.
Next game, we got that Friday Night Lights. Chiefs and Chargers travel to Brazil.
It's in Brazil.
And, I mean, this was another good game.
Indeed.
I mean, a divisional rival. Chargers find a way to get the dub. They went 27-21. Biggest takeaways from this game for me was Justin Herbert.
Oof.
The dude is ready. I mean, if you have him on your fantasy team, you are a happy camper because he looks like he's playing for a damn good season.
Breakout
year. He played lights out, ran the ball well when he was supposed to, made great decisions. Find a way to get Quentin Johnson involved. He's looking like a stud going forward. Lad McConkey, even Keenan Allen looked like his old self. Marion Hampton had some good runs.
Had some flashes. I mean,
the Chargers look like a playoff caliber team for sure, in my opinion.
And to me, one of the bigger takeaways was game script from the Chargers to at least their point. So a lot of passes from Herbert. Jim Harbaugh, who I talked about earlier when we were doing the division preview, he's a running first coach, but I don't know if this was because he didn't have Najee in the stable that he felt like he needed to lean on Herbert a little bit more out the gates. But I mean, this was clearly Justin Herbert's show. They came out, they had a mission, and they curb stomped the KFC.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
They got Kentucky Fried is what happened. On the flip side, obviously, you had Travis Kelce take out their number 1 receiver, Xavier Worthy, which is why he ended up on the why you got to do it like that on a crosser too. Like, yeah, he murdered. Keep your head on a swivel, boy. Keep your head on a swivel. He did end up with a dislocated shoulder. I think he's also going to be out this week. He's day to day, so they're going to monitor that. But I think that's something to monitor because he already has a slender frame. He's not a big guy to begin with, so that type of injury could linger all season. Go ahead.
Patrick Mahomes, also very good game.
Balled out.
One thing that I noticed about Mahomes is that he actually ran the ball. 6 carries, 57 yards on a touchdown. If Mahomes can keep this up, he will definitely be a top fantasy option.
He might have to.
And the beauty of it all is that Chiefs defense doesn't look as good as it has in the past. I know it's just one game, but that compiled with Mahomes running more, he has Worthy out, he has Rashee Rice out. He's got to do a lot more, which means he's gonna do it. And that's the thing about Mahomes is when he's asked to do those things, he can Albert Carr.
Never gives up. The one thing too, what did Travis Kelce finish at? I know he did finish. He did end up getting a long touchdown, which salvaged his fantasy day,
2 receptions.
but only 2 receptions. So if it wasn't for that long touchdown, Travis Kelce has a bad day. So I honestly would like to see him step up next week, especially with the absence of most likely Xavier Worthy, and just like you said, Rashid Rice already gone with suspension. Hollywood Brown,
That's what I was about to get at.
smash waiver pickup. He
Yes.
definitely probably is available in most leagues and wasn't drafted. So
16 targets.
high, 16 shit.
10
I didn't know it
receptions.
was that high. But he's the only option. So Hollywood Brown should be picked up, should be in the lineup, and will probably finish as a wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 this week.
Yeah. So,
On the flip side, I guess you could say the same thing about Quentin Johnson before we move on to the next
I
one.
mean, yes, if
He
you
wasn't drafted.
Quentin Johnson is definitely going to be probably the top waiver wire pickup this week, in my opinion.
Because Hollywood was probably drafted a little bit more.
Yes, and then Keenan Allen and Lad McConkey. I think any one of these Chargers receivers need to be picked up.
Agreed. On to the next one. So in this one, we go to the Battle of Ohio, where my Cincinnati Bengals got lucky. Let's keep it a buck. And they win 17-16 over the Cleveland Browns, where they did feature the number 1. Oh my God. Shout out to the Browns kicker, man. Y'all check on that Rook, man. He's having a rough weekend. He misses a extra point early in the game. Not only that, misses the go-ahead field goal to essentially give the Bengals the win. This game for the Bengals was ugly on all points of view, with the exception of the first 2 drives. Chase Brown looked good. Offense was semi-fluid. But then the Cleveland Browns defense kind of did what they did and started giving Joe Burrow fits, which they always do. Burrow,
Damn.
yeah, Burrow finished under 150 yards. Did get the late touchdown. Chase Brown, one of the few bright spots for the Bengals in this game because of the, once again, salvaged by a touchdown. If he doesn't get that touchdown, he's on that list of why did you do me like that?
21
Because
carries, 2 yards per carry.
not a good day at the office. Surprisingly, the defense is the thing that wins the game for the Bengals. Now, granted, it was a lack of catching the ball for the Browns receivers. Excuse me. Both plays were tip drills, but hey, gotta keep your head on the swivel. And nonetheless, the Bengals win. Impressive showing do from the Browns rookie, Dylan Sampson, though. Production doesn't look eye-popping, but if you watch the game, looked fast, had a couple really good catches. Now, granted, they did sign Quinshon Jenkins, so we'll see how that.
Yes, he's supposed to practice tomorrow, by the way.
I tell you what,
That's more NFL news.
yeah, that's because Jerome Ford was ass. I mean, he looked terrible.
Yeah.
He looked real
out there.
sluggish and slow. He's about to lose his job.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this plays out with the rookies. Their tight end looks pretty good too. Could in effect with David Njoku.
Harold Fannin, that's one thing I did notice. Njoku didn't have the best day. I know he was a top 10 tight end drafted by most leagues, and Harold Fannin Jr. out targeting him, 9 targets, 7 receptions, 63 yards. Dylan Sampson, 8 receptions.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
He was very because so the Bengals pass rush actually did get home a little bit on Falco, so there's a lot of dump downs and design screens. So
Okay.
I will say the Bengals defense somehow managed to look good and better and worse at the same time. It was a very
Interesting. Yeah, I actually started them in the fantasy.
Yeah.
I think.
well. I mean, they probably did good. They probably get doubles like it was from 10 to 15 points.
Yeah.
That's solid.
I take it.
Let's keep it moving.
And I control Collins with it.
All right, what we got next, my boy?
Next on the docket, we should be at Tampa Bay and Atlanta, which was a thriller down in the ATL.
Yes, it was, and honestly, I knew it would be. Again, these are 2 teams that I think should and could make the playoffs. I think they're the best teams in the division. I think I picked the Falcons. Did you pick the Falcons to win?
I'll pull it up. I had the Falcons. You got in this particular game. We both picked Atlanta to win. I think we won division. Yeah, we both had Atlanta to win.
Man, this game was very good. I mean, first drive, the Falcons found Bijan Robinson on a swing pass. He took it 50 yards for a touchdown. It looked like Atlanta had this game in control, but Baker Mayfield is that guy. And fourth quarter, he made a good little comeback, and they went and scored. Ekbuka was another great player in this game, 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
Bucky Irving got him a touchdown, but Like I
Another
said, it was just a really good game.
touchdown saving statistical day. Bucky Irving falls into that category too,
Mhm.
and have a lot of good day yards on the ground, saved by the end zone.
Yep. The crazy part about this game is that the Falcons actually had a chance to tie it, to take it into overtime. Michael Penix played great, got them in a position to kick the field goal, and then the kicker just missed it. You know how cool? He kicked it their own way.
He sold.
So, I mean, like I said, again, this game could have went either way, but the Buccaneers found a way to win. And Baker Mayfield, 3 touchdown passes, 22 fantasy points. Michael Penix, 24. A lot of fantasy relevance in this game.
And then,
Go ahead.
well, I was about to say, honestly, at least one of the plays of the weekend with the Michael Penix stretching touchdown to get that, to take the lead before Baker ends up finally booping for the late. If you see the freeze frame of that before he falls, it's like he's not scoring. Because
Yeah,
he
but he
stops
thinks
like
he's a-
4 yards short, but the way he fell and they put the hand down the plant and did the stretch, beautiful looking play. Beautiful looking play.
Another big takeaway from this game was Drake London. 15 targets, 8 receptions, 55 yards. I have him in my league.
One drop touchdown.
2 drop touchdowns, in my opinion, because they had a chance. It was the same drive where he stretched.
Yeah.
Because they had a chance. They hit him on a slant, dropped it. They hit him again on the slant. Very next play, Bowden caught it, got hit. Something happened, dropped it again.
That was a super long review.
I was so upset. But I mean, this is just fantasy for you. I mean, at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. Like I said, Bijan over 100 receiving yards.
And well, saved again. I mean, granted, his
again.
receiving yards was great, but he did under 30 rushing. I believe he had like 20. He finished today with 26 rushing yards or something,
24 rushing yards,
Yeah.
2 yards per carry.
which is just not a good average. But like I said, it's the first week, and it's going to be a little rough slated and things like that. So we'll see how it goes. Let's keep it moving. Next up, we got the one of the few blowouts of the day, and oh my God, Mike McDaniels. I don't know if you was listening to the show last week because, bro, I was telling you to be more careful. Got to be more careful.
That's the big.
But the Colts went when Miami went into Indianapolis and got blown out 33-8. The Daniel Jones era has begun.
It has.
I mean, D. Jones went crazy. 22 for 29 for 272 yards. He also had a throwing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, a passing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns as well to boot. This offense was on fire and unstoppable. I mean, we knew the Dolphins' defense will be bad, but I tell you what, if they're going to be this bad, anytime you see them in fantasy, load up the entire team.
Yeah.
Because we're talking like Panthers matchup from last year, the Saints defense. You just have to take advantage and blow them out any chance you can.
One of my biggest takeaways from this game was the Colts O-line. I mean, Daniel Jones was just back there taking his time, just
Something he
I don't
not
know.
used
Yeah,
to.
I don't know if he ever seen it. The dude was just back there sipping Mai Tais. Like,
It was.
the Dolphins couldn't get to him. I mean, he took his time. I mean, he had all time in the world to get out to his receivers. As you can see, he had 29 fantasy points, 2 rushing TDs. Tyler Warren went crazy. Michael Pittman
Went crazy. 6 for 80 for a touchdown, just like you said. Tyler Warren, 7 for 76. Both had 8+ targets. So you definitely like the involvement. Even Jonathan Taylor had 3 for 27, along with the great rushing day he had. This offense was flowing, and there was no stopping.
Yeah.
Now, 6th place. Gotta talk about the other side.
Uh-oh.
I mean, the drowning Dolphins. Tua
Yes.
looked terrible,
Horrible.
in this game. I mean, he had happy feet. He didn't look comfortable. He
Not watching the violence.
he got blown up on that one play. The scheme looked really bad. And this goes back to what I talked about a while ago. I don't know if Mike McDaniel's scheme is going to work anymore. People have figured it out. Even though he had not a subpar day, he was salvaged. Devon Achane 7 for 55, but he had 3 receptions for 20 and a touchdown. Tyreek
A-Chain
Hill,
actually was hitting the hole pretty good. A-Chain looked pretty good, in my opinion.
yeah, I mean, he averaged 7 per carry.
Yeah.
It's just the flow of the offense just looks so weird.
They couldn't get first downs. It was just a lot of credit to the Colts. Like, the Colts look really good. That's a team that I think I was pleasantly surprised by. Colts defense played very sound, and their offense played very sound. They're a team to reckon with, I think, going forward.
Yeah.
So,
Now, granted, we will get a better look at Miami next week, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the show, but they do play New England. So one of those is going to have to give. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, obviously, you're going to have to ride it out with Devon Achane. You're staying with him. Tyreek Hill's going to be hit or miss. Him and Waddle are more concerning, at least with Devon Achane. He is the running back. He's going to get all the bailout passes when Tua's about to get sacked. So more risky playing the wide receivers with Achane and Hill, in my opinion.
Not liking Waddle too much. Also,
All the best.
his escapability. He just looks like, even when he's trying to get out of the pocket, he looks flat-footed. It just looks a little slow and methodical. It's like, come on, man. I don't know what's going on with Miami, man. Maybe y'all can tell me.
Time will tell. Keeping it moving, we'll let you go with Jacksonville, Carolina. Booted up next.
All right, Jacksonville, Carolina. We have the delayed game. We had,
Kind of a blowout, but not a blowout.
kind of a blowout. I think the Panthers in this one, they just kind of look young. They don't look like they're meshing just yet.
That's fair.
The Jaguars are meshing. Travis Etienne, quarterback.
Trevor Lawrence. I'm about to say Travis Hunter.
Not a great game for Brian Thomas Jr. because he did get salvaged with a running touchdown. He got the little reversion, got the touchdown, but wasn't targeted very much.
And he also still ended up on the he'll have 8.5 rushing yards, or fantasy points.
Travis Etienne was kind of the bright spot for the Jaguars here. Got to see a little bit of Travis Hunter as well. 8 targets. Pretty good.
Yeah, and one of the
had 7 targets.
Yeah, and one of Travis Hunter's targets would have been a touchdown if not for J.C. Horn making a crazy one-handed interception play.
That was
It was a nasty
I've
catch.
seen that,
Yeah.
yes.
So kudos to him for robbing me of my plus 30-yard play because I have Travis Hunter in multiple fantasy leagues.
Yep. Other bright spots, Chuba Hubbard got him a touchdown. Kind of salvaged his day as well. And I don't know, Panthers, other than J.C. Horn, Panthers defense not looking too great. Ted McMillan got a couple good catches. 9 targets.
I'm feeling the same way about this Panthers team as almost a lot of things what we just said about the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Bryce Young still doesn't look good to me. He doesn't look comfortable.
He's not making the plays he need to be making.
Yeah. Now, that scares me about some of these players potentially. Now, granted, you go at these players because you could be in a lot of blowout games, so you think about air raid yards, but I don't know if I'm sold on Bryce Young and another quarterback we're going to talk about later. I think I'm already out on Tua. Bryce is a lot younger, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but
He could get better. What about Trevor Lawrence?
he's
Not
also in
great.
that boat.
Yeah.
I granted, I definitely think he doesn't deserve $55 million a year that he's getting. I will give him, since I do like the head coach that they changed, so at least they got a coach for their quarterback. So I'll give Trevor a little bit more time than I'm definitely giving Tua. And Bryce is still young, so we'll see.
Okay.
That's it for now.
That's it for that one.
On to the next.
All right, next we had the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. 20-13. Raiders go home with the dub. Not a lot of excitement. Ashton Ditching did score. Rookie got his first touchdown.
Yeah.
So, that kept him with a good game. But from a Raiders standpoint, Geno Smith went crazy from a passing yards. 362, 130. Big dog pick.
Impressive.
But all their top players showed up in the wide receivers, in the passing game, at least I should say, from the Raiders. Brock Bowers, 5 for 103. Jacoby Myers, 8 for 97 on 10 targets. Trey Tucker even chimed in 2 for 54 and got a tutty. So with that, even Deontay Jordan, the rookie that people like to take some risk on, 2 for 45. So all these players, Geno was finding a way to move the ball around and play very well. Granted, New England Patriots, Christian Gonzalez out, not a superstar defense or anything like that. However, when this is your team, that's what you want to see. Positivity, at least from the offense.
Yep.
Flip side of that, Drake May, who I know you were pretty high on coming into the season, didn't have the best of games, looked pretty flustered, but I do think a lot of this was caused due to the lack of run game that they just could not get started against Oakland. Or
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Drake May looked like he was having trouble taking pressure. Whenever the Raiders would send more,
Happy feet.
happy feet, he looked like he got nervous. He wasn't really making the best decisions. That's something he's gonna have to improve on. Once teams start to see that, they're gonna send all kind of pressure at him. Also, the Raiders receivers, Jesus, Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, even Thornton, even Jack Bech got a little action. Like
Everybody went crazy.
the Raiders offense is looking promising in my opinion. With Geno Smith, with Ashton Jeanty, I think that whole division is in trouble. We got a lot of good teams in this division.
It is going to be a lot more improved. A lot more improved.
With the Raiders getting better, like I'm thinking they are, yeah, we got some action going on.
Well, we shall see how that one plays out, my boy.
With the next
Moves. All right, next we got Arizona and the New Orleans Saints, which was a blowout, but then wasn't a blowout.
Yeah.
It then got really close, and then the Saints did what the Saints do. Talk about it.
Yeah, so Kyler Murray, first of all, this guy, it's like, what are you going to get from him? You don't know. One thing about him is he's an escape artist. It's going to be hard to get him, but there's going to be times where he escapes the wrong way, takes huge sacks, which happened towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter whenever, that's one of my pet peeves. Like, as a quarterback, whenever your team is up and you have a chance to close the game out, all you have to do is get a first down. Justin Herbert did a great job of that against the Chiefs.
Oh, his little.
He basically iced the game. And I wish the Ravens would have did that. We haven't got there yet with Lamar Jackson, but Kyler Murray had an opportunity and he got sacked twice. And that's something that I don't think you should be doing as a.
Now, rumor has it he was a little sick and feeling flu-like symptoms prior to the game. So maybe we'll give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt. But supposed he was up at 2:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. He was spewing a little bit. Wasn't feeling too well.
I mean, I think he still played a good game. 2 touchdowns, 163 yards. He rushed
Had a little
pretty
bit of
well.
scramble. A little bit of scramble. But no purposeful scrambles. He wasn't scrambling like.
Yeah, he wasn't getting big yards. Marvin Harrison Jr. played great.
It's about time.
Played a good game.
There you go.
Trey McBride is obviously his favorite. 9 targets, 6 receptions. But a surprise player, Juwan Johnson, 11 targets, 8 receptions for the Saints. Kamara. I think the Cardinals should have won this game by a little bit more.
I agree with that.
But they played a good game and they got the dub. So
Now, also,
too much.
before moving on from this one, would you say Spencer Rattler and that Saints receiving core, Juwan Johnson, you alluded to, Chris Olave is over there. Are these going to be players that basically essentially get good points because of garbage time?
I
They're going to be forced, in those situations?
Yes, I think that the Saints are going to be behind in a lot of games. Their defense isn't the greatest, but they do have weapons. They have Olave, 13 targets, 7 receptions. Rattler, I think Rattler's going to get better throughout the season. Right now, he's still a young quarterback, depending on his tight end, Juwan Johnson.
High school, great quarterback.
Yeah, so, but yes, Rashid Shaheed, 9 targets, 13 targets. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot. Kamara's going to get his. So, I think there's still viable fantasy options on this Saints team.
One last, how many targets did Kamara finish with out of curiosity?
Kamara finished with 2 targets.
That's it. Yeah, I feel like it was low.
Okay.
All right. Well, back to your boy. In arguably one of the games of the weekend, the Pittsburgh Steelers come out on top 34-32 over the New York Jets. I mean, what a game. Back and forth. This is one of those games that I said kind of caught me off guard. I expected this to be a smash mouth, low scoring 17-10, 17-13 ugly game just because, I mean, on paper, these are 2 of the best defenses in the league by far. And, I mean, fitting the game did end on the defensive play when Jalen Ramsey absolutely knocked Garrett Wilson's block off. So glad no penalty was called. That was a beautiful football play. A lot of fantasy relevance in this game. I'll start on the Pittsburgh side. Old man Rodgers, 4 tutties in the game. Not a lot from the rush standpoint. It was all passing. DK Metcalf was a monster, 4 for 83. Calvin Austin, 4 for 70 and a touchdown. Ball was moving around a lot. But I'd rather get to the kind of the Jet side, just honestly, if I'm being more spicy. Last week, you predicted your bold prediction, Justin Fields being top 2 of the top 3 in the league in rushing touchdowns, and he got not 1 but 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown with 218 to the yard. And I will echo this statement again. I said it last week in another prediction that I felt like Justin Fields was comfortable. Justin Fields was at home. He was more relaxed. And boy, did he look good throwing the ball.
Yes, I mean, they got their franchise quarterback and they're treating him like that, and he is responding well, for sure.
Garrett Wilson, 7 for 95 and a touchdown. Brees Hall, 2 for 38. But not only that, Brees Hall got it done on the ground. And might be this version of when I was rolling on Jonathan Taylor, where I talked all that shit preseason.
Crazy, right?
And now I did it semi-what to Brees Hall this year, and he come out with a bang, 19 for 107. So I'm very curious to see what this Jets rushing attack, Jets wing over there a little bit too with the shirt, is going to be able to provide and open up for this passing offense this year.
Yes, for sure. Garrett Wilson, 9 targets. The next top receiver, 2 targets. I think Garrett Wilson is going to be the lion's share. Alpha dog. So that's good for his fantasy owners. He got you a dub.
I mean, got a lot of Garrett Wilson stock because I believed in Justin Fields, the passer, this year.
Also, don't forget Aaron Rodgers. We talked about him. Being in a new spot, potential to be good. I mean, he's starting off 4 touchdowns. He's probably leading the league in touchdown passes. 136.7.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen. Josh Allen finished with 4 people. So
that's good to see from Pittsburgh. I mean, they got the win.
I'm not mad at it.
Caleb Johnson.
Now, Caleb Johnson looked bad. The one thing I did think was weird was I feel like Kenneth Gainwell got a lot more play than I thought he would. Obviously, it could just be game script. Seeing as how they just gave Jaylen Warren an extension.
Well, I peeped that during the preseason. I noticed that Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell were kind of the 2 headbacks, and that's kind of what made me back off of Caleb Johnson a lot. I think he might be a guy that picks up later towards the end of the season. Maybe one of the top running backs gets hurt.
Warren or Johnson? You talking about Johnson?
Caleb Johnson.
Okay. Because like I said, Gainwell, even I targeted Jaylen Warren. He had 4 targets to his 2. And like I said, 7 rushing versus Warren's 11. That's not that bad of a snap percentage. I don't like that if I'm a Jaylen Warren owner. So just something to monitor in that jumbled backfield that you got over there.
And then Jonnu Smith, too. Don't forget him. I think he's going to be a big part of this offense. They're using him as a gadget player. He's getting reverse runs, and not a bad pickup.
I'm with it.
Set him up.
There you go.
Is it? And I'm out.
No, I said keep that in mind.
And I'm out. Washington versus the Giants. Who you got? This was not a blowout, but a one-sided. Not a blowout, but a one-sided game nonetheless.
The Giants, poor Giants. They got to watch Daniel Jones go crazy in Indy. So I don't know what it is. I think it's I think Dayball's in the hot seat, honestly. I mean, at this point, the Giants, the Giants just can't seem to get right. Russell Wilson, 11 fantasy points.
God, that thing was
59 rating. The rushing attack, not great. Tyron Tracy had 10 carries, 24 yards.
I could help Russell Wilson. I could help him.
Who's that?
He needs some milk.
You know,
I mean, my guy Malik Neighbors, bro, 12 targets, 5 receptions. I mean, 5 receptions, 71 yards is not horrible, but from Malik, I'm expecting more.
yeah, they're trash receptions. They're not receptions you can really do anything with. You know, they're not drive movers. They're not energy boosters. They're just like, oh shit.
He's not getting a lot of protection.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, he's kind of got to get the ball out quick. Commanders defense, shout out to them. They played pretty well. So you could put some leverage on that. Maybe that's why. But
Possibly. I mean, I personally, like I said, there was a lot of very bad quarterback play on some of these teams. We've alluded to a couple of them. And I mean, Russell Wilson is right there at the top, if he's not the top. And to me, the Giants are in a better situation than most, where you got Jameis Winston. You got a first-round draft pick sitting behind him. And I believe Jackson Dart is second on the depth chart. Now, I get it. I probably wouldn't want to throw my rookie quarterback out there if I don't have an O-line to protect him, to your point, where they had a lot of pressure and things like that. So, if I'm on Malik Neighbors owner, I mean, bro, give me Jameis, bro. At least Jameis gonna throw the ball.
Or Jackson Dart. I mean, that's the beauty of the Giants. You got multiple quarterbacks that can get it to Neighbors, which is good for his whole season outlook. But at the end of the day, guys, like,
I mean, you play to win the game. I mean, I know he's not trying to lose, but I mean, if I'm ownership, I don't know if they're not pushing it to play the kid. And like I said, just because they have Winston, if you don't want to put the rookie out there, just give Winston. It can't be no worse.
Yeah.
It can't be any worse. If I'm a Giants fan, I wouldn't want to watch that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they came out and said that Russell Wilson is still the starter.
Oh, okay.
He's still the guy. So expect him in week 2. On the other side of the ball, I mean, Deebo Samuel, 10 targets to Terry McLaurin's 4. Terry McLaurin stayed out too long, and Deebo kind of swap and take the number 1 receiver spot.
I mean, I hope this isn't a Brandon Ayuk situation of last year where, the wide receiver holds out a lot from camp, has a very rough to slow start, and doesn't end up producing at the draft capital that certain people drafted him. Now, I do think Terry bounces back, especially after the somewhat slow potential start, but ugly start. And Deebo looked like the number 1 receiver in the offense. So
Yeah, I mean, he got 22 fantasy points. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt led all running backs in carries, and he's supposed to be a running back 4 on the depth chart. What was that about? I had him on my bench. I was scared to start him, but I don't know. I might just start him next week. He did pretty well.
Okay.
I mean, other than that, Zach Ertz got a touchdown. What else do you say about this team?
I mean, Jay Daniels is going to be the cog, just, how this team works.
He's played well.
Everything stops with him. Austin Eckler was productive. The running backs are going to be scary. I think it's going to be more of a, do you start the right running back on the right week? Because just to your point, Bill had 2 touchdowns and it finished with 20+ points, right?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns? Or I think he had 1.
1 touchdown. But how many points did he finish
14.
with? Finished with 15 fantasy points. I'll round it up. So I think you're going to have to just kind of guess right. Like next week, it could be Austin Eckler's week. So
yeah, I mean, he had 1 target, no catches. Eckler had 3.
yeah.
So
We'll see how that plays out.
there it goes.
I like it. So we will head to the West Coast, where we're going to get into the 49ers and the Seahawks, where the 49ers pull out in a good game, 17-13 over the Sam Darnold-led Seahawks. Now, out the gates, oh my God, George Kittle was cooking in this game, 4 for 25 and a touchdown. Started first quarter 10 points and then pulls a hamstring, and then we don't see him anymore for the rest of the game. And now as we alluded to at the beginning of the show, he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks. Good thing is Christian McCaffrey's calf healed up in time for this game, or the 49ers would have died. Because 22 carries for 70 yards. Also chimed in 9 receptions for 73 yards. Ricky Pearson
targets.
showed out and showed his ass 4 for 108.
No touchdown.
No touchdowns. But he did have 7 targets. And obviously, I think game script changed a lot for Ricky Pearsall. So I think Kittle being gone, I think his play is going to get better. But Juwan Jennings was also a little banged up in this game, too. So I think game script, they ended up shadowing more coverage towards Ricky Pearsall. So the fact that he finished with 108 yards to me is a lot more positive. With Kittle being down, Juwan Jennings being out, and this, a kind of lack of offense. You did get 2 interceptions from Purdy in this game, too.
Yep. One thing to look into for this game is the Kenneth Walker effect. There was one drive, I was actually watching this game,
Okay.
where Charbonnet took all the goal line carries. I was like, where's Kenneth Walker? I thought he was injured, but he wasn't. It's just they're running some type of 1A, 1B. I guess they're splitting drives. I don't know exactly what's going on, but if you're a Kenneth Walker owner, you're definitely not happy right now.
You might have a Gibbs Montgomery situation, I think, brewing in Seattle, honestly, that could be, because we saw flashes of it last year, to your point, from Zach Charbonnet showing out. We already know he's better in the passing game than Ken Walker a little bit, and he's more of a little bit of a bruiser. But he out carried him 12-10 in this game. He out evaded him and had the touchdown. But the big star from this offense was Jackson Smith-Njigba. Oh my God, 13 targets, 9 for 124. Didn't find the end zone, but that's okay.
He lost a fumble too.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
But still, very, very good. You thought Cooper Kupp would have a little more interaction in this offense, but it's all Jackson.
It was all JSC, and 13 for 9. Cooper did finish 3 targets, 2 for 15, so not great. Now, game script was also a little weird, because it did seem like the Seattle offense, or offensive line rather, did have a little bit of trouble with the pass rush that Robert Saleh was coming up.
Yeah.
Which I told you, boy, Robert Saleh back in San Francisco. That's what happened.
Defense looking good.
Good to be home. You want to get it popping? Game of the week: Green Bay, Detroit.
Green Bay, Detroit. Oh my God, this game.
The Michael Parsons led Detroit defense.
So first things first,
I'm the realist.
The Packers O-line, impressive.
Indeed.
Just like Daniel Jones was sitting back there, man, they could not touch Jordan Love. He had all day, especially that first drive. It was beautiful. They just marched the ball down. Packers receivers, Romeo Dobbs looked good. Jaden Reed looked really good, actually. Tucker Kraft looked good. Matthew Golden, Josh Jacobs. The Packers look impressive. I think they'll be a team to reckon with I think they're definitely going to be a playoff team for sure. And then their defense looked great.
And Michael Parsons got a sack.
Michael Parsons got a sack. I think the biggest takeaway from this game was just how weird the Lions offense looked to me. They seems very compact. It's like totally different from last year. Like last year they were lots more spread out.
I like that compact.
They were very compact. Like everything was just inside. They would try to hand it off to Gibbs and everything he was trying to bounce it out. The Packers were just annihilating them their run game. They couldn't get anything going.
They were more ready for this game than the Lions were, which is weird from a Dan Campbell coach team. You know, that's something not something I think I'd say where the Dan Campbell team wasn't prepared. But to your point, everything felt stiff, no flow to the game. Like they were forcing everything. Like, oh, we got a power.
We're gonna run through that's not the Lions' MO. It wasn't their MO.
Yeah.
They're more of a gadget team. They move a lot of guys. They do a lot of cool things in the offense, and you just didn't see any of that.
It's like Smash Mouth without being Smash Mouth, because they do run it down your throat, but it's a different way they do it. You know what I'm saying?
So my biggest takeaway was just the Lions just don't look like the Lions.
I mean, did they have any fantasy relevance this weekend from any of their players?
Let me look.
I mean, I know the rookie Isaac Tesla ended up having a nice ass catch at the end, but you got Gibbs from Gibbs.
Gibbs had 15 points. He had 10 targets, 10 receptions.
Ow,
that's what it was.
How many yards?
Bunch of dumps, terrible dumps, 30 yards.
Oh, 10 receptions.
It was just like,
which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So salvage his day. But Montgomery was bad. St. Brown was bad.
19 yards rushing.
What did J-Mo do? Jameson Williams?
J-Mo had 5 targets, 4 catches, 23 yards.
Jesus.
Laporta had 79 yards. Like I said, you can give it to the Packers defense, or you can just say how abysmal the Lions offense was. But both of them together had a shitty showing.
Nonetheless, neither one of them were good.
Yeah. So Packers up, Lions down. They're going to have to bounce back next week.
And this division is tough, so obviously losing those division games early is tough for the Lions, so we'll see how they end up bouncing back. In the next game, we had the Tennessee Titans go to the Mile High City and lose to the Broncos 20-12 in Cam Ward's rookie debut. Now, to Cam's defense, he didn't look bad. However, everybody else around him did. And that's not good when you're the quarterback. So even though Tony Pollard, he had a great run that it made it kind of seem like he was going to have a good day, but 18 for 60, that's still under 3.5 yards a carry. Also dropped the ball. Did have one reception for 29 yards. Led the team in receiving yards. Let me say that one more time. Tony Pollard, one reception for 29 yards.
Oh my God.
Led the team in receiving yards.
Look at these quarterback stats.
Yeah, I mean, next was Calvin Ridley at 4 for 27 off 8 targets. But this team had a lot of bad drops. Cam was trying to get the ball there, but he couldn't. The defensive pressure from the Broncos was unreal. And
that Broncos defense, man.
Now, they still no interceptions for Cam. So that's good.
6 sacks.
But they were able to get home on a lot of sacks and force a lot of errant throws and things like that. A lot of pressures. On the flip side, Bo Nix did not look great. 25 for 40, 176, 2 bad picks. Did get a touchdown, but it wasn't just a good look for Bo Nix. He didn't look comfortable, wasn't flowing. He looked very rookie-ish in this game. I don't know if it was just nerves, happy to be back. From a rushing standpoint, you got some production from the 2 running backs. J.K. Dobbins had 16 for 63, found the end zone. R.J. Harvey, not a lot of touches, but when he did have the long 150-yarder. So he finished with 6 for 70. Cortland
Celebration
Sutton.
day for the Broncos.
Absolutely. And then Cortland Sutton ended up 6 for 61 in a touchdown. Troy Franklin, not really relevant. More so relevant here is Evan Ingram goes down with an injury in this game. I can't remember if it was calf or hamstring. So that's something to monitor over the week. If he does end up going down, pickups for potential flex could be a Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, because Bo Nix is going to need people to throw the ball to
Yeah.
in that situation. But I'm still optimistic on the Broncos. I still like Bo Nix.
On the Broncos offense?
Yeah, I still like Bo Nix. I still like the weapons that they have. And with that defense, you're going to get opportunity. So I'm the Broncos still.
Okay. Tennessee defense look
sorry.
did it all. You did.
I'm disrespectful.
You put the press that button.
Yeah.
On to the next.
On to the next one. What was you about to say about Tennessee?
Tennessee defense. You think that was a big issue for Bo Nix, or was it just Bo Nix not playing great?
Or so, Bo Nix. I mean, you do got Simmons up there on the D line, and they do got a couple players in Tennessee. They not like nobody's
He just
per
didn't play
se,
good.
but I just think Bo Nix had a bad game. Kind of like to your point about Kyler, how he just kind of didn't look comfortable. Now, Bo Nix wasn't sick all day. He had no flu. But I thought it was very Kyler-esque, where he just didn't look comfortable. He didn't look like himself. First game of the year, jitters, home game. Broncos are projected to do big things this year.
I think the Broncos are going to win a lot of games
I think they're going to
from
win
their
this year.
defense.
Yeah.
More so. Like this game was their defense one.
Kind of
this
just
game.
lying right there. You feel me talking? You were like, well, they're defense.
But yeah, we can go to the next one now. I just wanted to ask that question. Let's go. What we got next?
Next will be the home team. You got the Houston Texans traveling to the West Coast to get a shellacking. I mean, I know you don't want to recap it, but hey, that's why we're here, man.
Okay, guys. So
Arguably the most boring game.
the Texans, oh my gosh, the offense, it's just that O line. Honestly, so many bad plays from the O line. Oh,
Hey, as a Texas fan, do you have
Emotional damage.
from your own line to play?
I do, bro. Honestly, I think if we could find some way to find at least a couple defensive, offensive linemen, we
Only you had like an anchor of left tackle that was like an all-pro, Pro Bowl caliber.
we traded.
Oh, y'all. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You continue. I'm sorry. I was just spitballing ideas over here.
Our defense played good enough to win this game. Gave up 14 points, played lights out most of the game. But the offense just could not get anything going. CJ Stroud, 188 yards through a pick, 3 sacks. The running game was non-existent. Yeah. Chubb had 60 yards rushing, 13 carries. I mean, sheesh, I don't even know what to say at this point.
I do. What's that?
This guy stinks.
Good boy. Joe Mixon is needed. At least it seems like it.
He is needed. It seems that way. And I don't know what they were doing, playing all these random running backs. I mean, Abuma Wale with the fumble at the end of the game. That pissed me
so
off.
bad for him.
Willie Marks didn't do anything.
He's been there for a while too, right? Akuma Male?
Yes.
He's been there for a couple of years, right?
Damon Pierce did nothing. We just couldn't get anything going in our running game. And then, Puka Nacua went crazy.
One of the few first round receivers to actually hold it down. Puka Nacua looked unstoppable. And at one point, look at his eyeball was bleeding.
Yeah, he got they thought he had concussion. I don't know what happened.
Was it? It was eyeball bleeding.
Something was bleeding.
It looked
head, yeah.
But the camera view they shot with him walking around, I was like, oh shit, it looked kind of crazy.
Puka, another dominating performance. 11 targets, 10 receptions, 130 yards, no touchdown. Devontae did okay, 8 targets, 4 receptions.
Now I have a question.
What's that?
As a Texans fan, since you are a residential Texans fan, as you see, there's no Texans gear in the Dome of Thunder. But are you concerned? I only say that because obviously Texas PTSD, David Carr years and stuff like that. That game looked eerily familiar. Are you concerned as a fan, or are you like, hey, Rams have a good D line? First game of the year type shit.
I mean, we knew the Rams had the good pass rush with Jared Burris. I think the Rams will win their division. So I think the Rams are a good team. And again, we lost 9-14. It's not like we got blown out. But at the same time, with the way the Colts look, with the way the Jags look, I'm concerned.
These Titans are
Are we going to win our division? I don't know anymore. I mean, unless we can figure out some way to get some offense going. Nico Collins, I mean, what did he do?
And see, this is kind of to my point for some of the other quarterbacks that we talked today. I think at least this week, C.J. Stroud, Tua, we just mentioned the last two in the game that
Bryce Young,
Bo Nix,
Nix.
like Trevor Lawrence, like these guys don't look comfortable. You know what I mean? And these are players that these aren't rookies. I mean, Bo Nix, him and Caleb Williams, I'll give them a little bit of a pass, and even Jaden. But these other guys, I mean, these are 4 or 5 year starters, and they don't look comfortable in this offense, which on their respective offenses, which to me is a little bit
It's a little concerning.
Yeah, a little bit concerning. So at least something to monitor.
We need a big bounce back game from Stroud next week. Go ahead, you can tap it.
Yeah,
We don't.
let's get it. Hey,
Oh,
I'm feeling boy.
I've been waiting for this.
All right, we get into the Sunday night football game. Where the Buffalo Bills and oh my God, the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills.
What a game.
For not quitting. And I'm gonna do this to the Buffalo Bills fans. Bills Mafia, you should be ashamed of yourself.
That was leaving the game.
You should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you walk out of the stadium? Bills Mafia, I should jump through this table for you boys right now. I'm just saying. Anyway, Josh Allen called him out after the game. So
They're not gonna do that again.
They will not do that again. A little disappointing. But to my point, this game, even though it was super high scoring, falls into that statement a little bit. Good defenses. So it's going to be a little bit more lower scoring. Granted, you got 2 former MVPs on the other side or both sides of the ball, so of course some points can be stolen.
I'm not gonna lie. I figured this would be a high scoring game with these two teams.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, Josh Allen, almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns from a passing standpoint. He also ran for another 2 touchdowns and had 30 rushing yards. James Cook, 44 and 1. Keon Coleman went nuts, possibly establishing himself as a wide receiver 1.
Yes.
8 for 112 and a
And
setting.
your receiver.
Yes, sir. Khalil Shakir had turned in with 6 for 64. Josh Palmer. I mean, pick a pass catcher from that team, and then you're good to go because everybody was balling in this game.
Sure.
On the flip side, Ravens, Derrick Henry, rushing attack was crazy. 18, 170 and 2. Lamar did his thing. Zay Flowers won you some leagues this week because Zay Flowers went nuts from a passing.
Possibly an MVP for the week.
Absolutely.
Receiver
Wide receiver
for sure.
1 by far.
Yes.
Game of the week, you obviously monitor both of these teams very, very closely. A lot of fantasy relevance, a lot of players in this one. I mean, we're tuned in every week to watch the Lamar and Derrick Henry show.
Yeah, I was a little upset. I wanted the Ravens. You know, Ravens are my Super Bowl pick to win it all. I wanted the Ravens to win. I picked them, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen earned that one. The way he played and finished that game,
MVP?
for sure. Yes.
MVP for a reason. MVP for a
That
reason.
fumble from Derrick Henry obviously hurt him a lot, but they had a chance to end the game, like I talked about earlier. The Ravens had the ball. All they had to do was get a first down.
4th and 3, I believe.
Yep, and they couldn't do it. They punted it back to Josh Allen, knowing damn well Josh
like
Allen was
that.
about to do that. So, I blame that on the Ravens organization for that.
That's tough. That's tough.
You gotta win them.
Last game of the recap.
under.
The Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, this game was interesting. I mean, when the Vikings started, that first half, they seemed to not even be able to get the play in.
Oh, that's so
It's almost like J.J. McCarthy, every time they were about to snap the ball, they had like 6 seconds on the clock, and he couldn't even read the defense. It was abysmal first half for the Vikings. The Bears looked great the first half. They came out, I know they had the pick six.
Jekyll and Hyde.
They were moving the ball. Caleb Williams, a lot of people think Caleb Williams had a horrible game. I think he played pretty good, honestly.
I thought he had a bad game. See, I didn't think he had a good game.
He missed a lot of open throws.
That DJ Moore one was just
Yes, he
atrocious.
missed a lot of open throws, but I mean, he still threw for 210. He had an 86 passer rating, 24 fantasy points. He ran the ball
Pretty effective.
pretty well. Yeah, 6 for 158, got him a touchdown. I think going forward, Caleb Williams is going to be a good fantasy starter for your teams.
It's still early to the Ben Johnson system, so you know.
I
give
think
him
their
benefit of the
offense
doubt.
looked pretty good, but then again, the Vikings picked it up in that second half, and they got the dub.
I can
JJ
do it.
McCarthy started to figure it out. He had a great game.
Jettis, we talked about it earlier, saved by the touchdown. So, we just got to see, man. Week 2. Week 1 is always a little iffy. You don't, of course, expect everybody to come up and throw 25, 20 points and stuff like that. Just, we would like to see these stars bouncing back.
Jordan Mason, running back 1 in Minnesota.
Jordan Mason looked real
Yes.
good. Now, he looked to me, even though Aaron Jones was very involved, Jordan Mason looked like the better.
He's a better
runner.
guy.
Yeah, and he looked really good. So that's something to worry for you, Aaron Jones is out there. Is him chipping away slowly but surely and making his way into the number 1, just like you said.
For sure, for sure. I mean,
I had to wrap up.
yeah, I mean, obviously, Adunze, 9 targets, led the Bears in targets. Interesting. But yeah,
That wraps up the games for week
rest of the games.
Before we actually go into our game projections for our game picks for next week, we will get into a little bit of the Wave Rider versus the Caddies crew. And Jeremy is off to the early lead. Unfortunately, he's up 32.2 to 26.2. Now, me and him will talk off air about my George Kittle situation. And if I will be allowed to bring in my asterisk pick or how we're going to work that, but we'll give y'all that update next week. So the Caddies crew, once again, at least for the Caddies crew, Caddies crew is going to be Malik Neighbors, Josh Jacobs, Trey McBride, going up against the Wave Riders, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, and the IR George Kittle. So we shall see how week 2 goes out for me and you, my dog.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors bounce back coming up.
Man, hope
2 touchdowns, 150 receiving.
well, we shall see. Even though it's not that one, let's get it. Game picks. Week 2. You ready for these game picks,
Let's
right?
run through them. Let's get them.
Green Bay versus Washington. Who you got? I'll take Green Bay.
Green Bay versus Washington, so we're in Washington.
In Green Bay. I believe it's in Green Bay.
Ooh. I'm gonna take Green Bay.
I have them as well. We got Cleveland versus Baltimore. You taking Cleveland?
No,
You sure?
I am 100% sure.
All right.
I'm not taking Cleveland.
Jacksonville versus Cincy.
Let me pull this up real quick. All right, Jacksonville. When you say versus, I'm thinking you saying like Jacksonville's at home.
I mean, no, I said Jacksonville versus Cincy. So the second team I say would be the home.
17. Okay, so Cincy's at home.
I mean, that's how that works.
Jacksonville at Cincy.
All right. You want to do it, sir?
Give me Jacksonville. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's switch it up on you.
New York Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Good Cowboys.
Cowboys, the AL. Then we got the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions.
I'm thinking you taking Detroit, huh?
I am on Detroit.
I'm taking Chicago.
I like it. We got a
Let's go,
very-
Shot City.
New
they say
England
Shot
versus
City.
Miami. I got New England.
Give me New England.
Damn, why ain't take Miami?
I don't like Miami.
San Francisco versus New
San Fran.
Orleans. Buffalo versus the Jets
Divisional game.
in New Jersey.
You taking the Bills?
Yeah. Still taking it.
Man. Give me the Bills.
I might change that. We never know. We'll see how that goes.
looking at this.
Seattle versus Pittsburgh.
Jets didn't win that game. Settle at
You know
Pittsburgh.
what? I'll take the Jets. Give me the Jets.
You taking the Jets
Give me
over
the
the Bills?
Jets.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Bills. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh here.
I got Pittsburgh too because it's in Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna take the Rams the next one.
I got the Rams as well.
Rams at Tennessee, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Arizona versus or Cardinals versus Arizona.
Arizona. Let's go. 2-0 Arizona.
Denver goes to Indy. Denver goes to Indy.
Can Indy beat that defense? Give me Indy.
He's taking Indy. I'm on Denver.
Give me Indy to win that one.
Oh, and you know what? Since this is a third time, or at least a Super Bowl rematch, I will actually cue up that good old outro music. Philly versus KC. Okay. And the Chiefs start 0-2. I gotta start 0-2. Cause I got Philly, baby.
Give me Philly. Chiefs 0-2.
Atlanta goes to Minnesota.
Shit. Falcons start 0-2.
I got them because I got Minnesota. Penix bounce back. Rookie versus rookie. Or second year versus second year.
It's gonna be a hard part.
You know what? You want Minnesota? If you want Minnesota, I'll take Atlanta.
Yeah, give me Minnesota.
I take Atlanta. I ain't mad at it. I'm actually looking at it. I like ATL.
I like ATL too.
I like ATL. Tampa Bay versus Houston. Good with Houston. Texans started 0-2.
Yes, they do.
So you got Tampa play.
Oh, I'm sorry, Texas, but y'all gotta prove me wrong.
Sunday night football. And Monday night, that's Monday night. We got a doubleheader Monday night.
Doubleheader.
Yes. We got the Chargers versus the Raiders.
Give me the Chargers, man. The Raiders can win though.
Next
Raiders
week,
are good.
we'll see y'all next week. Stay tuned for My Guys Podcast. Catch y'all later. Shout out EL Rob, man. My God.
We out, man. Dama Thunder. First episode.
This is not power, it's for creation.
Same. I think we out.